Hi, this is Jeremy with Phoenix Home Remodeling. Are you looking for a kitchen contractor who will respect you and also your home? Well, like many people know, that can be a challenge. And what I would recommend, if you have maybe 20 minutes, is to spend some time on our website. Now, I understand that researching and doing that type of stuff isn't fun, but if it's the difference between you going through contractor nightmares that last months, this isn't something where you buy a car and a couple days later you're a little frustrated that it took half a day at the dealership. That's nothing. I mean, half a day at a dealership. Imagine having someone in your house for months and the project's not finished. You don't have a kitchen. That's If you know anyone who's gone through it or read the news articles or anything else, it's treacherous. It's absolutely horrible. So I would highly recommend going to this tab and checking out the information that's in here. Uh, if you go through all of these items, which I understand it is a lot of information, or the ones that are relevant to you, like kitchen remodel tips, I assure you, you are going to drastically reduce your chance of having any contractor nightmares. A couple small things are still going to come up. It's construction. There's no way to get around it, no matter who you work with. But any of the serious stuff, like them charging you tens of thousands of dollars more, all that stuff is going to be dramatically reduced if you go through this information. I mean, we even have the questions to ask a contractor, calculators ahead of time, the shower remodel process, and how dangerous a shower remodel is. So I would highly recommend it. No matter what level of expertise that you have in remodeling, whether you've done it 5, 10 times, no matter what, I can assure you this is worth your time. As you go through this page, you'll notice that it's very specific to Chandler, and there's advice that we give throughout like this. We have a calculator on here, so if you want to put in your specifics, it'll give you a rough idea what the cost may be. Obviously, this is just a preliminary amount, right? There's no way that we would know exactly what your kitchen's going to cost from doing this online. I can say that we are the only company I'm aware of in the Southeast Valley that provides a calculator, one, from the technical standpoint of doing it, but also two, from being helpful and actually wanting to give that information. That's usually something that I try to keep quiet. We, on the other hand, want to get that information as soon as possible to you to figure out what your best course of action is, right? The more information you have, the better choices you get to make. So that's more information that you can use there if you'd like. If you have any questions, always reach out to us. Here's more information about working in Chandler and using a good contractor. This is by far the most important thing that you're going to find on our entire website. I can't think of anything that's more important. These, as it say, are what you need in a home remodeling contractor. So these 6 items I'm not going to go over, but I would implore you to go over these. I can assure you, if you read these 6 items and you choose someone with these 6, and this isn't something like we're the only one that have these 6, right? Actually, this one, I know of a couple other companies in other states that do this, but it's very rare. It could be costly to have an estimator actually involved before the proposal. Our 2 estimators are overseas and they are low cost. We still pay them about twice the going rate there, and it's still roughly a fifth of what it would cost for one person. So we can do it economically, and I would never want to give someone a proposal without it being built out in our pricing software with our cost catalogs and having our estimator go over it. And then it goes to the consultant who then double checks it, and then we email you the proposal. As of this recording, we don't meet with you and try to explain the proposal and sell you on it like all the other companies do. That's just not our style. We're not going to make you come back to our office and walk through everything with you. We email it to you. That way you have time to go over it and figure out what questions you have, what concerns. Could we probably bring on more clients? Yeah, probably. That's what I'm told by several people that are consultants to construction companies. I want someone to feel really comfortable and want to work with us. So that's why we email it to you instead of any other way that they have. And that doesn't mean that we're not available for questions. We jump on a call, a Zoom, we can meet, emails. Usually people just email questions that they have, right? Might be a quick call. It's usually not that difficult, right? We're very easy to communicate with, as you've probably started to notice from everything. Here's the promises and our core values, essentially, of our company. We have kitchen designers to help you pick everything out. Here's some ideas for fun stuff for your kitchen. Here's some projects we've done in Chandler that are kitchen specific. There's a lot more, but you know, we don't have time to be doing this all the time. And then here's our 4-step remodel plan. If you have any questions on that, you can schedule a call. We can go through everything with you. It's really simple. We've got everything dialed in. So on the first call, as it mentions here, we'll answer any questions that you have, discuss your remodel needs, go over what you're trying to accomplish, make sure it's a good fit, and then our admin manager gives you a price quote right over the phone. And then if it makes sense, we go to the next step, which is an in-home evaluation. And as I mentioned, we essentially just do some basic stuff like take measurements. There's no sales involved. And then we send you the written proposal. And then if you want to move forward with us, you sign the feasibility planning and design agreement. And then we start the process. So you work with the designer. They help you out with planning everything, designing it. That way you know exactly how everything's going to turn out and you know the cost before you have to sign a construction agreement. That means that you're protecting yourself as opposed to working with another company that you just signed the construction agreement and now you're stuck with them no matter what. You could be an attorney, and if they ask for another 20 grand, guess what? You're paying them the 20 grand or they walk off your job. They're not in breach of contract. You would actually be in breach of contract if you don't pay them. It's terrible, and that's where all the nightmares come from. So instead, what we do is we plan everything out. We get the exact pricing handled because you've planned everything out. And then when we move to construction, we're in your house for a lot less time. I don't care how nice or professional we are. You don't want us in your house a day longer than it takes, right? It doesn't make sense for anyone for the project to go longer. So if we've already ordered everything, it's arrived, it's in good condition, and we've planned it all out, you know exactly how it's going to look from the design renderings. Well, when we get to construction, 95% of everything's figured out. There's still that 5% that you never do figure out until you actually visually see it and you ask a couple questions on what you prefer. Little things, right? But everything else is taken care of. It's just such a better experience. And that's actually why you'll see we have so many reviews. I don't know if there's any other company, at least as of recording this, that has 70 plus 5-star reviews. They're from third-party websites. If you click here, it'll show you the screenshots of all of them. There's a link to the different pages, so that way you can actually review them yourself. And then the next step pretty much is to schedule your phone consultation. Thank you for watching.